Today we're going to look at a few new additions to my art supplies. I know I said I wasn't going to get any more, but I lied. Hello and welcome back to a kooky corner of YouTube where you meet with me, a person who can't resist art materials. Oh, I did say I wasn't going to get anything else, especially for my Inktober pieces. Well, Inktober Drawlloween. I'm doing Mab Graves Drawlloween, as I explained in my setting up video and everything. And I thought I would take you through some of the things I've done already for the Drawlloween challenge. But I also want to show you a couple of, well, a few new art supplies that I've got that I wasn't intending to get but couldn't resist in the end. And the first one that I've got is these Gansai Tambi Sumi colours, because they're based on like Sumi ink colours. So it's just it says apply water brush with colour to activate. Fine. Gansai pans may exhibit cracking due to extreme dryness. However, it does not affect their quality. No, that's just about it. Anyway, it's basically a Gansai watercolour kind of thing, but it's a water-based pigment. I don't know what I'm waffling on about. Water-based pigment, which kind of encapsulates the Sumi inks. Now, I have been using watered down ink for some of my pieces, but when I remembered that Gansai did the Gansai Kuretake did these, I went off and grabbed myself a set because I thought they were just so nice to use. And what you've got are 6 different of the smaller palettes of these. You've got one in Sumi red, Sumi yellow, Sumi green, Sumi blue, Sumi violet and Sumi brown. And so they've got their own little colour tones to them. I have been using them. I have used them for quite a few of the pieces for this Inktober Drawlloween period. You look at them and you think they all look black. Well, they are they've all got that blackness to them, but when you water them down, they get a colour to them as well. I'm just going to show you what they look like because it's easier that way. So let me find my back page that I had earmarked to do a test of them. I've got some water. I've got a little mixing palette here so that I can really water down the colour because they are very pigmented. So let's start off with the Sumi red. I'm just going to wet it down a little bit. I should really have sprayed these just to activate a little bit, but we'll just go with it. So this is a Sumi red. I'm going to put some in my palette. And I'm going to put some on the page so you can see that reddish tint. It's really bashing against my water jar there. Really quite rich and lovely, but it just adds that hint of a colour to it. And you know I like my colour, so I thought, okay, let's do it. So if you go lighter, you can then see more of the lightness of the colours. You can get really kind of watered down. You get more of a sense of what kind of colour you've got there. Okay, so the next one is the Sumi yellow. Again, put some in the mixing palette. And I'm going to try and get quite a intensity. So you can see the difference. Let me get a bit more of that yellow in there. There's definitely a difference in between them, most definitely. And if I take this, water it down even further, can get more of a sense of that yellowish colour coming through. Seem to have picked up too much water there. Let's re-soak some back up again. I'll get my little rag to dry off my brush a bit. There we go. That's better. So you can go quite light with them as well, which is really nice. This is a Sumi green. I really like this one. It was really great. I've been doing some foresty sprites and this works super well with those. So you can see you can get really, it's like a, is it a perylene green? You know, a really dark green colour. Lovely. But then if we lighten it up a little bit, it's still like a nice foresty green. It's lovely. Just try and get some more colour on there. You can go quite light, but you've still got that hint of forest. That's what I'm going to call that. That's rather lovely. The next one is Sumi blue. I'll turn my palette around so I don't mix them all weirdly. Stick some in there. This comes out a bit like Payne's grey, I thought. It's, yeah, it's got like that Payne's grey, because Payne's grey's kind of got a bluish tint to it, hasn't it? So I lost all that there. Let's go really, yeah, it's kind of Payne's greyish to me, that one. Really beautiful. I love Payne's grey anyway. I've got a real love of that beautiful darkness. It's not black, but you know, it's shadowy, very nice. And then if we lighten it all up, you can get a really beautiful grey from that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so we've got 2 more left in this set. I don't think it was too expensive either. I think my set was like, it was either 14 or 13 pounds, I can't remember. But they had done a few little discounts for Inktober. So that's probably the reasoning. Anyway, let's have a little look. This is the Sumi Violet. Just bring my page up a bit. Oh, I say, Jeffrey, that's rather lovely. Yeah, I've used this in one of the pieces, I think, that I've done. Let's take it down even further. I want to get it quite light. Yeah, beautiful. I have to say that this Talon's Art Creations book does take a certain amount of wetness from materials quite well. So I'm quite impressed with it for that reason. And this is a brown. This is the last one, the Sumi brown. Yeah, that's nice too. They're all very different, but all beautifully perfect for a Drawlloween or an Inktober prompt list. Let's water this one down a bit more. Even more. You can get really light with these, which is what I love. So you can get shades and tones. And there they are. I think they're rather lovely. I think they're a worthy addition to my little setup that I've got. I may even pare my setup down a little less than what I showed you. When I showed you my setup, I might take a few less things away with me and make room for these because they are rather lovely to take. Another thing about them is that you can pop them out. So if you wanted to take them out and put them in a tin of some kind. So if you had maybe a couple of favourites that you just wanted to take, if I just wanted to take 2 of these, then I could pop a couple out and just take those with me in a little tin. So that's handy. handy to have. Now, my other splurge, I will explain as to why. Derwent brought out their a full set of 72 of their drawing pencils. Now, if you have seen my channel before, you know I'm a pencil fiend, and I love the drawing pencils. The Derwent drawing pencils are like just a beautiful, beautiful pencil. And when they brought out the 72, I was kind of, oh no, I'd already had, up until that point, there were only 24 in the range, and I have got already the 24. So I was very pleased to find out that they were doing them as you can just buy the singular pencils, so open stock. So what I've decided to do, because I really would like, I'm a full setter. Yes, I am. I put my hand up. I do like to get a full set of pencils. But what I've done is I've decided to pick out, so I've got the 24 originals, and I've gone for 15 from the new colours. And I'll show you which ones I got in a minute. So the Derwent Drawing Pencil open stock, there are quite a few places you can get them from. I think Cult Pens have them. I do believe Cass Art have them. I'm not sure about Jackson's. I didn't double check Jackson's as to whether they got them as well. But I bought mine from a place called Bromley's Art Supplies. It's not in Bromley, as a few people might have thought last time. They are in a different place. So Bromley's Art Supplies is based in, brain gone dead again, Bolton, that's where they're based. And the Bromleys is the family name, not the place name. So it's Bromley's Art Supplies. And they had a really, really good price on the pencils. Instead of like £2.65 or £2.50 or something, they got them down to £2.04, which I thought was a pretty darn good deal. And I'm loving Bromley's at the minute. Bromley's, I got all my Neocolor, the new Neocolor 2s, you know, the tins with the sets, the 50th anniversary. They were all from Bromley's, all at a really, really good price. So I am recommending Bromley's as a place. So I got the 15 pencils in the Derwent Drawing. So I'll put that, Derwent Drawing Pencils. Now, I like Derwent pencils. I've actually visited the factory and love it to bits. And I've got a full set of the Colour Soft. I had a full set of the Pro Colours, I think. And I also had full set of their watercolour pencils as well. As I said, I am a pencil freak. So let's have a little look at the colours that I got. And I tried to kind of put them in a range that I would enjoy using together. So let's see if I actually did a good job. So the first one I am going to go with is this Woodland. It's a beautiful brown. Nice dark, beautiful brown that you could use in a woodland scene. Then I went for, so I'll put the name under that, shall I? So this is Woodland. I do apologise for shaky camera situation. So that's Woodland. Let's put that down there. This one was, let's go with Autumn Leaf. So all of the Derwent Drawing Pencils are based on nature, and they've all got a kind of a nature-ist name. That goes down. It's not as smooth as the Woodland, but it's going down beautifully. Really like that one. That's Autumn Leaf. Let's pop that on there. Leaf. And then let's do the Rust. So Rust is another new colour in the set. As I say, I do intend to get all of them, but I thought 15 was a good number. Because I was tempted by the 72 set, but I thought I've already got the 24. So I'm not, I was sensible. Believe me, I'm trying to be sensible. It's not an easy thing for me. Burnt rose. So this is a kind of a dusky, dark pink. It's got a little bit of the potter's pink to it. Is that the colour? Yes, I think it is. Kind of a bit like that, but darker maybe. Burnt rose. They did package them rather beautifully as well. They put them all in these little packets separately so they didn't roll around. They packaged them in this, rolled them all up in that, and also in an outer cardboard box as well. So there absolutely no damage to them whatsoever. So I really do trust Bromley's as a company, for sure. Okay, so then I went for this autumn red. So let's pop that. Oh, that's rather nice. That's a very smooth and beautiful colour. They go down so beautifully. They're a thick core. They've got a really thick core, so they're quite heavy as well. And yeah, these came with stickers. I think when Derwent sent them out, they put stickers around this bit here. So I got those off pretty smart because I hate stickers on. I know they have to put barcodes on, but it just kind of annoys me. So I pulled the stickers off. Yeah. So that's autumn red. You can see a theme here, can't you? Well, I hope you can. I'm going to leave those for a minute. I'm going to put them with that one there because I want to kind of get the whole other setting first, I think, which more of a... So I picked out my favourites. This one is Ryoka. That's rather lovely as well. I say they're all lovely, which is why I want the full... I want the whole lot, the whole kit and caboodle, because they are such a beautiful pencil. Go down there. That's Ryoka. I think that's how it's spelled. Yeah. Double check myself. That can wait over there for a second. This one is strawberry. I love this. I've got strawberry in there. I think it's their Pro Colour set. It's kind of like a nice, it's not like a bright or a pinky strawberry colour. It's like a real rich strawberry colour. Really like that. That's a strawberry. And then going into these. This is an apricot colour. Ooh, that's nice. Very warm. A lovely cozy leafy colour. That I like that a lot. So that's apricot. Can't spell now. Apricot. There we go. Put brain into gear. Then I've got these two yellowish colours. So I've got mustard, which is an all-time favourite of mine. Love this one. It is beauteous. It goes down like a dream, and it's not too bright a yellow. I love yellow. I hate the sort of lemon yellow colours. Hate is a strong word. I don't hate them, and they're really good for mixing if you've got them in like watercolours and things. But to actually put down on a page, I really like it to be a bit more muted. So this mustard is perfect. So that's going down. Mustard. And then another one, which is sunflower. So another one that's very slightly lighter, I think, than the mustard. They do look probably quite similar on camera, but there is a difference between them. So if you're picking a few, then you could pick either one of these two to get that kind of a similar yellow effect, but the mustard is definitely leans more towards an ochre. So that's sunflower. Okie dokie. Now I want to get some more greens. So this is just one of the greens, the new greens that they have. Because I've already got quite a few greens in the original set. And this one is sage leaf. Oh, it's very sagey. It's beautiful. But my next selection will have more greens and browns maybe in it, perhaps. So that's sage leaf. I'll write that underneath. I don't want to encroach on the next one. Okay, so now I've got 3 blues. And that one, I don't know which one's the lightest one out of those 2. Let's go with the Deep Atlantic. Let's try that one. So that's greeny blue, Prussian blue, or whatever you call it. It's got that feel to it. It's definitely a greeny blue. That's Deep Atlantic. Lost my pen. Deep Atlantic. Then we have got this Delft blue, which is beautiful. I love this one. Oh, that's so nice. This is darker. It's got more of a red tinge to it. Sorry if the camera's shaking, I do apologise. Nature of the beast. And it's obviously darker, so it's Delft blue. Can't spell it. Delft blue. Leave the lid out. And then I have Midnight, which is a very, very dark, kind of a Payne's grey kind of a blue. Really beautiful. I love this to bits. So let's put that one on. That's Midnight. Midnight. And the last one I got is this one, which is Arctic. It's got kind of like a bluey tinged, a very light bluey tinged white. So I don't know how well it'll show up, but I might show it you on some black paper to see. Yeah, it's definitely a very, very, very light blue. Really lovely. It does show. I don't know if you can catch it on the camera, but it's showing to me in the daylight here. So that's Arctic. And let me grab a piece of black card here and see if it'll... Look at that. How lovely is that? Just so nice. So it's a really, really, really light blue. Light blue. Yeah, like so light it's almost white. It's kind of got a grey, a very light grey blue tinge to it. So those are my selections of the Derwent pencil, the new range that have come out, and I will be, as I say, getting the full set because I am a full set completer, finisher. I want all of them. And these are going to go into my with my 24 set that I've already got, which are all the original colours. And so I'm just going to take you through what I've been doing so far. So let's get back to the beginning of my catch-up. So this is the Drawlloween. I said I was going to use this book. I'm just going to move these Gansai Tambi out of the way for a second. Stick them up there. And lid on my water so I don't spill it everywhere. It's always liable to happen. You never know. So we're up to... Today is Omen. That's where I've got to. Now there are a few that aren't in here because when I go away sometimes I don't take, or if I'm going away for a short period of time, I take my iPad Pro with me instead and do a sketch on there, and that's where probably a couple of them are. So the first one was Welcome Home. So we've got this kind of thing hand coming out, and it's scratched a welcome home with its very scratchy nails. So it was a spooky intro, and I thought that was an intro. A lot of people did introductions to themselves as artists in a spooky way. Me, I just went with the spooky hand. If you know, you know, okay? If you know, you know. The next one was You're Familiar, which was this little toad wearing a witch's hat, and I thought that was rather fetching. It's got some of that shiny wink of Stella on it as well that I showed you in my setup. So that was done with the watered down inks from that. This was done, I did a sketch on another piece of paper. I copied it into Procreate and then just went to town with it in Procreate. So I printed that out and put that in there. So that's Morticia. Then we've got The Haunting. So we've just got a typical haunted house. Some days I've got more time than others. So this one was quite a quick do. It was a quick sketch of couple of ghosties having a bit of a haunt of a house. Then we've got the forest sprite who's creeping through the forest very creepily. And that again has got the wink of Stella on it, which is rather nice. Really like that moon in the background. Then we have the werewolf who's probably creeping after the forest sprite. Like they're from the same team, and he's having fun under a full moon. Then we have the ghoul. Now the ghoul, I had a little bit of an accident with his face, so I had to really darken his face up again. It was probably one of the reasons why I then went and got the Sumi ink watercolours, because I didn't trust myself, and the watercolours were a little bit easier for me to deal with. So yeah, that made my decision on buying those, but I think he works. He still looks very creepy. Then we got Uncle Fester, the original lightning lad. Well, apart from Frankenstein, of course. But yeah, Uncle Fester. Really enjoyed drawing him, and I think I was playing the music from the original series when I was drawing these. So when I drew Morticia as well, I like to put some music on in the background. So the original series is always great for the music. Then we have the undead. This is kind of like an undead forest sprite alien kind of creature. You can see the little vines wrapping around the neck here. And then in the background we have got some, what did I use for that? Oh yes, because I was at home, I was actually availing myself of my set of starry Gansai Tambi, which is like companion sister to this set. So that was the background for that one, using the rich gold. Then we have Dark Waters, and I went for this creepy child who has just come out of the well. I actually gave myself a few nightmares with this one. So yeah, creepy child hanging around on a well. And then obviously I've been away for a weekend, so I didn't have 11 and 12 in here, which were both iPad ones. If you want to see all I've posted, if you pop over to my Instagram, it's Cool Cookie Creatures, exactly the same, and you'll be able to see the other two, which came directly from my iPad, because I didn't have any drawing materials with me, so I just drew it on my iPad instead. This one I did when I came back today. So this is Omens, and this is a little hare, and around the edge I've put the things that a hare is an omen for. So we've got good luck, fertility, abundance, transformation and intuition. And he was done with the Gansai colours. I think I used the brown for his fur, and then sketched into it, and obviously with my my ink pens and things. So yeah, that's a little catch up on how far I've got with my Drawlloween sessions. I have managed to keep up every day so far, so touch wood, that's all going well. And I've quite enjoyed, I really enjoyed doing that one in a strange way, but it's creepy. It's very creepy. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed a little look at some of the materials that the art materials that I've been buying, that I said I wasn't going to buy any more for the rest of the year, and then did. I think I've got a problem. I've definitely got a pencil problem, that's for sure. Anyway, if you're enjoying the content I'm putting out here, I put all kinds of things out. We're currently doing the postcards that we're doing every month. I've got a little haunted house project that I'm doing at the moment, where I'm trying to do something from different crafts to put inside my haunted house. So that'll be coming up as well later on this week. I've also got my postcard to show you that I'm making. Hopefully I get a chance to show you that pretty soon. And what else are we doing? We're doing all kinds of things. Just subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Costs you nothing. And that will give you a chance to see every time I upload a new video. You'll get a notification so that you don't miss out on the strange and weird things that are happening here at Kooky Towers. Anyway, that's enough from me. I hope you have a brilliant day, and I'll be back here very soon with something else. Bye for now.